Because at the end of the day, if we don't do the work ourselves, nobody's going to be able to come in here and save this city.
Survivors of gun violence hoping to make change in the community gathered last night to toss around ideas about how to make Louisville safer. The meeting comes nearly 3 weeks after the city was rocked by 2 separate mass shootings, one at Old National Bank killing 5, the other at Chickasaw Park. Just days later, 6 people were shot and 2 lost their lives. The Austin Floyd Foundation and Voice of Black Mothers United hosted the roundtable yesterday. They want to create a safe space where survivors can share their concerns and thoughts on how to push forward and improve the city. They hope to draw more people to help, saying gun violence impacts everyone.
To be honest with you, far too many of us have gun violence in common now. And paying attention to what's going on across America and in our own community over the last 2 weeks, none of us are exempt from it. So we need to collectively play a role in its eradication.
It only takes one person to make a difference, and I just hope each individual that lives here takes that time to make that conscious decision to wake up each morning, to love thy neighbor as thyself, and make Louisville a better place.
Organizers also note many gun violence survivors in our community are facing other issues like poverty or houselessness. In other news this morning, we now know the name of the man who was stabbed to death in the Russell neighborhood late Friday morning. Police say it happened just after 10:30 on West Market Street near South 26th Street. Court documents show 36-year-old Tyrone Eugene was seen on surveillance video stabbing Nathaniel Webster multiple times. Webster later died at the hospital. Detectives say Eugene admitted to the stabbing and he's now been charged with murder. We've also learned the name of a man beaten to death in the Shawnee neighborhood. Police say 2 weeks ago they were called to South 42nd Street near Herman Street on reports of a man down. When officers arrived, they found Jackie Joe Woodard suffering from head trauma. Woodard was rushed to the hospital where he died a few days later. Arrest documents show witnesses say Tony Glasper admitted to beating Woodard with a tire iron. Police say they found a tire iron and blood in Glasper's car. He has now been charged with assault. Murder charges are pending. The University of Louisville is working to improve the mental and physical well-being of transgender students. On Saturday, in a show of support, the university held a health summit. It featured healthcare professionals, advocates, expert speakers, interactive workshops, and resources on the latest advancements in trans healthcare. Organizers hoped attendees would connect with one another, learn from experts, and leave with a better understanding of how to support themselves and others in the trans community.
We want Louisville to be a very welcoming and affirming city for people who are transgender, and we all want them to thrive here, not only just be healthy, but to be able to thrive. And
when we have events like this, you know, where everyone is, when we have doctors, we have, you know, community leaders, we have all of that, we realize we're not alone.
Anya Marino and Alana McLaughlin were the keynote speakers. Marino is the first transgender woman of color to teach at Harvard Law and the current Miss Trans USA. McLaughlin is a transgender woman and a U.S. Army Special Forces veteran and current MMA fighter. It is approved. In a session lasting more than 24 hours, the Indiana legislature has finally approved a 2-year state budget. The Republican-controlled legislature pushed up tax cuts and expanded states' school choice voucher programs. The new budget also calls for $100 million to overhaul the state's mental health care system, including a 988 crisis hotline. This budget increases pay for state troopers starting at $70,000 a year. Republicans have touted the plan as financially responsible, and Governor Eric Holcomb announced his support, saying he would gladly sign the budget.
It is a generational impact budget. Its policies and plans can be viewed as we do as a blueprint for growth. And we're going to be busy building up and growing all over the state of Indiana.
Governor Holcomb now has 7 days to sign the budget.